What's going on, everybody? Today I want to talk a little bit about Indiana transport, kind of how you get started, how you get in, what to expect. So I get a lot of questions on stuff like that, so I wanted to make a video and tell a little bit about it. I work with Indiana Transport. They're in Elkhart, Indiana, and I got my handy dandy notebook and my handy dandy pen. We got our thinking cap on. Not really, but anyway. Now, whenever you first, and I'm gonna tell about Indiana, but this right here may apply to a lot of companies. And if you're interested in going to Indiana Transport, this video is not trying to say, hey, go to work with Indiana Transport. This video is just telling you a little bit about Indiana Transport so you'll know what you're kind of getting into, what all they offer, stuff like that. So maybe to help somebody out. I know all the ones that's out there right now working and hauling, this video probably not going to interest you a whole lot because you already know. But for the ones that are interested in getting into RV transport, I think it's a good idea to, I don't know, make a video to let everybody know what company it is. Like, there's other YouTubers on here that has, that works with different companies. I think it might be a good idea, in my opinion, to make, to help newcomers out, make a video. Like Holland Paul's, he works with Wave. Be a good video to put out. That way, on everybody that does the YouTube that works for a different company, I don't know them all, but give some kind of input, a little bit about your company, so everybody knows coming in, knows kind of what to expect. All right, well, let's start off. Well, when you first call Indiana Transport, you're going to go to recruiting, and you're going to talk to recruiting. And our recruiting department, it's kind of like this. Sometimes they're pretty quick on getting back to you. Sometimes they're slow. Whenever I come over here, they was pretty quick to get back to me. When my buddy come over here, it took him probably a 2-week process. Just because of the stuff you got to do, and whenever you send them back what they need, what they want, it's something. And I don't know what to tell you on that. Be patient if you're wanting to go to work here. 'Cause sometimes they're quick, sometimes they're slow. But you're going to have some of the stuff. You're already going to have, as you put your application in, you're already going to have your tag, your 26,000 pound tag, H tag, if in Tennessee. You're going to have that. You're going to have, you do not have to have the insurance, but you do have to have a quote from the insurance. And once you do all that process, they're going to send you a list of, I think it's 3. It's been a little bit, memory may be a little bit fuzzy, but I think it's 3 people on that list that you can call and get insurance quotes from. If you don't like them, you can shop around, but make sure it meets the requirements of Indiana Transport. You're going to have to do that. You're going to have to go have your truck inspected, and you got to have your medical card, your DOT physical medical card. And you got to send all that stuff to them, along with pictures of your truck. Now, I'm telling you everything that I had to do whenever I went through it. If they have changed any kind of processing, then I didn't know about it. Sorry. But, and then when you send all that stuff to them, they're going to hopefully get back with you. And then whenever, yes, you do have to buy the tag when you put the application in. And where I live, the tag is like $500 something. That kind of sucks. I know that you have to spend that kind of money on a tag, not knowing if the company's going to hire you or not. But I guarantee one of them up there will. But also orientation. All right, your orientation is, you might as well say 2 days, day and a half, 2 days, because you're gonna get there, go your paperwork and all that good stuff. And I got a motel room, and now they may do it a little bit different now, but I don't think so. These I had to do like the orientation process where they was talking to you. I actually did that in my motel room on a Zoom call. They got everybody in on Zoom, and then they went to talking, and a lot of stuff they talk about is gonna go in one ear and out the other, and right over your head, because you're not knowing what to expect to get into. Orientation is they just shove you in and hurry up and get you out. That's the way it was whenever I went anyway. It might be different now, but on that, you're going to have to go take a drug test. Now, the drug test place, I don't know if everybody in Elkhart uses that same place or not. It's a long wait. Put you some games on your phone or whatever, but that's a half a day event all by itself, just going to go get the daggum drug test, which is crazy. But you get all that stuff done, and then you're going to go to the office of Indiana. That's the way it was then anyway. And I give them my phone, and they downloaded all the apps that I needed. Now, as far as doing with Indiana Transport, they downloaded, can't look at my phone, it's up there. But they downloaded the load board app, the fuel app, the com data app, and the TransFlow app, and the Zoom app. And no, I already had the Zoom app done, but they went in and put all their information and stuff in and make sure everything was working the way it should be. They kind of go over a little bit. It's kind of fast. Like I said, that is kind of fast on how it works. So if you got questions, ask another driver. And so, yep, set up your apps. And usually you go to a yard, the way it was. You go to a yard and somebody over there, I think it's a pull-in driver maybe, will talk about how to hook up, whether he's got a bumper pull or he's got a fifth wheel. He might go around and ask questions. Me, he didn't really show us nothing. They got there, he talked, didn't do nothing, said everybody, know what you're doing? Yep, everybody just left. Then we went back. And they're going to pick your first load. At Indiana Transport, I don't know what other companies do, but they pick your first load. And usually they're going to pick you a small load going to Michigan, Ohio, somewhere around that a lot of us don't want to go in and pull them back and forth because there's not a lot of money. Your first load is probably not going to be a lot of money. But I guess that's just the way that they work it. Then, after you pull your first load, you have to call in Indiana, let them know that you delivered your first load, and then TransFlow all your paperwork and stuff in. Once you call them, do not forget to call them, because if you TransFlow your paperwork in and don't call them, then it might take a little bit to get your load board going. Because once you call them and say, okay, they check, make sure, and then boom, they will activate your load board. And then you can pick whatever load you want. And the way Indiana Transport load board works is You got an app, you pull it up, and up the top, if say you want to go to Florida, you can put FL in it, all the Florida loads pop up. If you want to go to Tennessee, California, where it is you want to go, you put it in and all them loads pop up. Or you can just sit there and stroll, and you're going to stroll for most of the time for a long time. We have a lot of loads. We have a bunch of Canada loads on the board right now, a bunch of them, but I'm not going there. Then when you see a load that you want, you pick the load, and at the bottom it says request load. You hit request load. Then another little thing pops up and asks you, you make sure you got enough hours. You sure you want this load? Make sure you got enough hours to run this load on, then you just hit OK, and then boom, it's done. You don't have to call them. You don't have to set on hold and all that good stuff. Hit the load, boom. A few minutes later, they email you your paperwork. Keep a printer in your truck. That way, all you gotta do, go to your printer, print out your paperwork, and you're ready to go. It's that simple. And whenever you hit the load and they email you, once they email you, they'll put half of the money on your Comdata card. Over here we use Comdata. They'll put half of the money of that load on your card for fuel. That way you can use it for fuel, if you need to eat off of it, or you pay tolls if you want to pay tolls off of it, if you want to pay your permits and stuff off of it. And that, so I kind of like that, because when you're first getting started in RV transport, it costs a lot of money. I mean, you can do a budget and do the stuff little by little. First thing, you gotta get your tag, because your tags cost a lot of money, and your insurance, they cost a lot of money. And when I pay for my insurance, when I first come over here, and I know all insurance companies are not like this, but I had to pay a month in advance. So they would pay like 2 insurances right off the bat, which was, at that time, I think it was $700 something. So, and then, of course, you got to have all your other stuff that goes with it, your mud flaps, your hitch, weight distribution hitch. You need an auxiliary tank. Do not forget the auxiliary tank. It's very important. But like me, I got my hitch, which was $400. I got mine at Dooley Depot. I got my toolbox, put all my tools in, at Dan's. I paid $300 for it. And for all the ones out there, it's 12.5 inches tall. I get that question a lot too. And you would think I would remember that, but I just had to measure it the other day, sent it to a scriber, and I forgot it. And I don't know how many times I've done measured it. A lot of stuff going on. But, and then your auxiliary tank, I think it's like $1,000. Now you can go get, if you getting started and you can't afford all that, you got to do it piece by piece, or you can go somewhere like Harbor Freight to get you a hitch. Go somewhere and get you a different, make sure it's DOT fuel tank off of a 18-wheeler or a farm truck or something. Just make sure it's DOT. That help you out. But that's all that. Now, tolls and permits. Indiana pays for your tolls and permits. Send it in with your paperwork. Whenever you take pictures and transflow it all, you transflow your receipts of your tolls and your permits. Now, they'll pay my tows. Say I got a load going to California. They're going to pay my tows and my permits going out. On the way back, I don't have permits. But if I come across the tow road and I pay tows, which is usually coming on Interstate 40, we'll use that example. Going out, I have a camper, and if it's 2 axles, they charge you $12.25. And do that 2 times. Indiana gives you that money back. On the way back, you're empty. They charge you $5. Indiana does not give you that back because you're empty, even though you are coming back to get a load or if you're going home. But take that and put it in your taxes, that $5, and put it in your taxes, and use it for a tax expense right off. All right. Maintenance report. Every 3 months you gotta do a maintenance report over here. What I usually do is I keep my maintenance report at home. My sandwich maker helps me out with it. Whenever I go home and do work on a truck, she'll write down my mileage of my truck, and she writes down everything I do on it. If I change the oil, if I rotate the tires, if I change transmission fluid, anything, airbags, whatever you do, write it on your maintenance report and you keep it. And then you'll get a reminder to, today is April the 1st. Ours is due April the 6th. They send a reminder out, hey, everybody have your maintenance report done. And you have to keep up with it, and you have to send it in, because if not, when you get on that load board, try to find a load, you can be able to get no load. So this easy way to do that, and then transflow it in. You do not transflow the maintenance report in. You email it to Indiana. They'll give you a book with it's a black, matter of fact, they'll give you mine was black. They give you a little notebook like this with all of emails, numbers, stuff like that you need. Also, you got a Walmart tax-free exempt card in there. Whenever you get out of your orientation and you get your book, go to Walmart there in Elkhart and take that piece of paper into the service desk, and you'll get a Walmart tax exempt, which really comes in handy when you're buying oil, Lucas, and parts, stuff like that for your truck. I mean, that really comes in handy. It's I use a lot, so it all adds up, helps save money. But so you do get that here. I don't know, other ones may offer the same thing. I don't have a clue. Like I said, this is all about what to expect at Indiana Transport. Now, also what you're going to expect at Indiana Transport, they leave you alone. I like that about Indiana Transport. They don't mess with me. They don't mess with nobody. You pick your load, they email it to you. I don't talk to dispatch. I don't talk to none of them. I don't really care to talk to none of them because, well, I've been in trucking a long time, and dispatchers seem to tell stuff that are not true. I mean, they'll call me every once in a while, want me to do a favor for them, something like that. You will get that over here. If they know that you're coming in, you'll get a phone call from them every once in a while, say, hey, can you take this little short load before you get this? That's up to you if you want to do it or not. You don't have to. That is straight up to you. When I first started, I done a couple of short loads for them. I got burnt, and I don't do them no more. But that's totally up to you. I know people go up here and do them all the time, and I don't mind trying to help anybody out in a bind, but I'd rather just be up front and honest about it. Hey, I want you to do this load, but you're pretty much gonna run it for fuel. Okay, I'll help you out. Instead of, oh, you run this load, we're gonna give you this load, and it don't happen. But that's something to expect. Also, whenever you go inspect your camper, you go get your load, and you go over your camper and you see a scratch or damage on your camper, you're gonna have to take a picture of it, send it to it ain't claims. I forgot what it is. Forgot the name that they call it, but they'll tell you, and it's also in the book. But my mind went blank. And you're going to call them. I think it is. No, it is claims. Yeah. And you're going to call them. That you're going to send them the email, and they're going to give you the thumbs up where they take it, or they're going to take you off that load. Don't hook up to that load. If it has damage on it, do not hook up to it. That way it's not on you. But I'm trying to think of anything else that to maybe be able to warn you and stuff about, or to tell you a little bit about Indiana transport. So far, this is all that I come up with right now. So I hope this video is very helpful to some that are interested in coming to Indiana transport. And and we get a fuel discount on the COM data. That's why whenever you get paid and they pay you on the COM data, you can use it like a debit card too. If you want to go to Walmart, say you needed Lucas, you go to Walmart and need to go somewhere and pave a new road. Golly, how bumpy this road is. But you go to Walmart, you get you a gallon of oil, some Lucas. You go up front and use your tax-exempt card. You can use that COM data card to swap it. If you want to go get something to eat, you can use that COM data card to swap it. Now, your first transfer is free, but after that, they do charge you $1 and transfer it to your bank. Whenever you get paid, and say you're in California, do not transfer all of it to your bank. Make sure you leave fuel money on there to get back. If not, then you're going to be using your debit card or cash money to buy your fuel on the way back, and then you won't get the discount. See, we used to get a really, really big discount. It kind of went up, the card kind of, went away a little bit, but I think it's coming back now. On the way back, I'm on my way back from California now, and as I was starting, the fuel discount wasn't great, but as I got about, we'll say Missouri, I noticed that the fuel discount was trying to come back. So, and well, that's all I got for this video, y'all. Hope y'all liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Put a comment down below. Share it. Anybody think might be interested in RV transport? They may like this company, they may not. Subscribe. If you have not subscribed, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And helps out the channel, help us grow. Y'all be careful out there. Y'all be safe out there. I'll see you on the next one.